absolutely do what you love, right? Because when you do what you love, there's a different level of fulfillment. You know, there's a different level of, you know, passion that you put into doing what you love that makes it that makes you stand out. Let me put it that way. Absolutely do what you love. Try to make sure it's bringing food to your table. Basically,
okay.
right?
So what about someone that does what they love and is not bringing anything to their table? How shy are you?
Very
shy.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes, sit down. But at least, you won't feel shy in a moment once you start like giving us all this punch.
I hope
words.
so. I can't wait to divulge.
Don't worry. Yeah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, welcome. How was France?
Thank you. It was good.
What did you bring for me? Oh, you brought cake. Don't worry.
Yes, I did.
Thank you so much for the cake. Yeah, she brought me cake.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not giving anybody.
Okay.
It's just for me.
That's for your kids, actually.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's from France?
No, it's from Texas.
Okay, just okay. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
I already asked, don't worry. Happy Edible by Kisses Day.
Yay! That's a thing, right?
See, you're already in the mood, so that's how. Yeah. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, actually. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for honoring the invite. You were like, oh yeah, I'm interested. So I really appreciate that. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
So, tell us about yourself.
Okay. So basically, right, my name is Biokis. Okay, let's start with my name is Biokis, you know, mom of 3 boys. Call me boy mom. Usually when I talk about myself, especially now that I'm trying to build my business, I always talk about Edibles by Kisses. So this is Edibles by Kisses. I'm a cake artist. I'm a sugar artist. Yeah, in Dallas, Texas, DFW. But you know, I cater to DFW and environ. So if you wanna ship your cakes outside of the state, yes, I'm always available. Yeah, basically that's what I am. That's
thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So why do you start baking cake?
Why did I start baking cake? Let me see. I guess cake chose me.
Does cake choose people?
Yes, cake chose me for real. Like I was on my own. And cake said, I like you. Come on. Okay, so basically, did you say why or when?
Why do you choose?
Okay, why? Growing up, I guess being the only girl of like my mom, I was just used to like, I loved to bake a lot. Cakes, no, hardly cakes, donuts, pies, you know, all of that. And then towards like, I think that was like 2014 when I was graduating from my university, I just started, you know, using cookbooks. I'll just like go through it and say, you know what, let me try this recipe, let me do this and all that. And then I'm like, my auntie that used to stay with us, you know, was a baker. Maybe I should call her up and do something. And then I called her for like 2 weeks. I went to learn from her for like 2 weeks. And then I started doing my own thing. I started taking my orders. And it was just something that I really love to do. I'm just always so passionate about, you know, designing cakes. I feel like I'm a very creative person. So I like to like, you know, pull my creativity into something. So I channeled it into like cake making and all that. So yeah, I think that's how I started.
That's perfect. Yeah, when you do something you love, there's something behind it that you
fulfillment.
Just want to. Yeah, there's a fulfillment behind it. Yeah. What's that one thing about loving what you do? What's that like? You said it brings fulfillment, right?
Yeah.
So what's that one thing like? Should people do stuff that they love because they love it, or should they do it? Or what do you think of that? I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I understand your question. First of all, say yes. Absolutely do what you love, right? Because when you do what you love, there's a different level of fulfillment. You know, there's a different level of, you know, passion that you put into doing what you love that makes it that makes you stand out. Let me put it that way. Absolutely do what you love. Try to make sure it's bringing food to your
Food
table.
to your table.
Basically,
So
right?
what about someone that does what they love and is not bringing anything to their table? What should they change? What should they like?
No, it's okay. Sometimes, so I used to be, I still am, I still write, but I used to be a really good writer. I have a blog, KISSES.wordpress.com. I write fictional stories. You know, a lot of people
Nollywood
just,
movies.
huh?
Nollywood movies.
No, well, you can call it that really, because a lot of people, you know, when you go check it out, so many comments like, this is really good. Movie content, you know, I used to write that. I stopped when I, you know, got busy and all. But my point is, I loved doing that. I still do. I still love writing. Sometimes I just scribble, sometimes I just type, but it wasn't bringing me money. But guess what? It was, you know, paving me towards like this path that I am on now. So if I want to write about cakes, I'm able to just like do whatever, you know, you get what I mean? Yeah. So even if it's not giving you money, just do what you love. I feel like doing what you love is just, it is, you're on a different level of cloud. Like,
Once you enjoy doing something, there's always a difference.
Yes, and then when there's money involved, oh my goodness,
money,
it just makes it like,
definitely. So this question is something I always ask: is that what's one thing about what you do that you love and you will want it to continue, and what's something about what you do that you don't like at all, that you don't want it to continue? In the line of like the cake business.
Yeah, I don't. This is so weird, but this is actually so weird. I'm a baker, you know, I'm a sugar artist, but if there's something that I would put, like, I would pay you to come and do for me, it's doing the actual baking. Do you get? Like mixing, measuring the ingredients. Yeah, that's something that I don't always look forward to. But when it comes to designing, oh my goodness, like, I can literally stay awake all night designing cakes. It's not like I may be tired, but I won't even feel it. I may be hungry, I won't even feel it, because I'm designing and I'm in my own world. I'm happy, you know. Yeah.
that actually makes total sense.
Yeah.
Makes total sense. Yeah. What so what advice will you give somebody that likes to, let's say what advice will you give yourself now that you say you don't like doing the baking stuff? So what advice will you give someone that is in that phase that they don't like baking but they still have to do it?
Well, it's not like I don't like baking per se, but because you are doing a lot of cake, so it's a lot of work, so you just want to like you know, outsource it. Whatever an advice I would give is, whatever you want to do, it's like if it's cakes, for instance, just know what you want, like know how to do what you want to do. So for instance, you can't just say, hey, I have this money, I want to go into the cake business, I'm going to like hire some people to do it. If you don't know how to do it, it will come back to bite you in the ass. Because what if tomorrow those people wake up and say, oh, we're not working for a guy anymore, and then you already have clients, orders? How would you fulfill those orders? So you want to make sure you know how to do what you are going into, so that maybe when the storm comes or whatever, you can still do it. You get, always know how to bake, always know how to design your cakes before you go into the business.
Backup.
Just like a backup.
Yeah, exactly. Have backup.
Yep.
So what happens to somebody that wants to give the work out, that knows how to do it, but still want to give the work out, but they can't afford it?
But they cannot afford
getting somebody to help.
To outsource.
Yeah.
You keep doing what you do. I don't have people that work for me. I don't have a choice than to, you know, than to keep doing what I do. I don't have people that work for me yet. We'll still get there by God's grace in the future.
Definitely.
But I still do what I do. I still take orders because I love to design. So when people come, I'm like, okay, sure, you know, do it. Sometimes challenging, sometimes not. You know, do what we got to do, and we're good.
Yeah, thank you for that. So let's break from the question actually.
Okay.
Why do you go to Paris?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, let's
That's
break
so funny. Do you know, that's actually a funny question to me, but that is like a very superb question. So over the years, I've just been working, you know, taking care of my kids, my husband, my family. Some people call me Mama Bear. I can't even leave my kids for a second. You get. And then it was gonna be my 35th birthday, and my husband was like, you know, let's do something fun. go on a trip. I'm like, wait, how would I deal? Like my kids, like how would I leave these people? He said you will survive. And guess what? I did. Like I would do it over and over again for real. Like it was such an experience. I had the best time of my life. I was with friends and family. Like that is something, like I'm super excited that I went. Like I enjoyed myself a lot. It was so good. Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to take break.
Oh, you need it.
Yeah, I also went to Nigeria, right?
Okay.
Like around the Christmas time. I just came back January. So one thing I found out then was sometimes there are advantages and there are disadvantages, right? Yeah. So when I went to Nigeria, I have two funny stuff, right? I'll tell you. The first one was that going there, the flights, long flights, like just the stressful immigration, everything you have to go through.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not trying this again. Then when I get there, I'm like, I'm definitely coming back here.
Oh, really? It was that much fun?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So now another disadvantage was that all the food I ate there, I went to Ibadan there. Okay. So I'm always like, I'm Alaska every evening.
Okay.
So every time I eat, I'm like, oh no. So when I came back here, I'm like, I want to eat amala again, and now I can't get it right because I didn't.
But
so
you
I'm like,
though.
no, I can't. No, I couldn't. Like the way they made it,
sky, right?
the way they made it, it's I don't know how to put it.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, oh my goodness, what we no, I can't eat what I used to eat. Like I used to eat everything here before. Yeah. Everything here. Now it's so hard for me to eat. I'm like, oh wow, how am I going to survive? But I'm surviving. I just want to share that because it's funny.
Oh yeah, it is funny. That's so funny.
Yeah. So it's like a disadvantage and an advantage. So if someone is starting a baking business, let's go back to business. If someone is starting a baking business, what advice will you give to them? Or if you were to start,
okay,
let's say, what are the mistakes you make, and you won't want to repeat? Let's say you're starting again. Yeah.
Okay. For one, I would not look down on myself, on my worth. I would know my worth. I would believe in myself a lot. I would know my worth. So the thing is, I feel like I've always known my worth. But when I came to the United States, I moved. My spouse is in the United States Army. So moving from one place to another, I used to have a bakery in Nigeria. So coming here, I couldn't like bring myself together to like owning something or starting my business all over again, because we're just moving from one place to another. And then but all the while, I was making sure I was learning. I was still polishing myself just to be, up to par when I decide to start. And luckily we moved to Texas, and then my market was here. I'm like, okay, now is the time. Let's do this. But in order to like get, the Texas market, because there's a lot of other bakers out there, I had to kind of change myself, which I would not advise someone to do. Don't prepare yourself, especially when you're prepared. People want you, like when you put yourself out there like, hey, I came prepared, they would take you
seriously,
seriously. So I started doing like cakes, like I'll literally like, oh my god, I don't think about it, the amount of cakes the amount I used to charge for some cakes then, but I had to bring myself back together. Like, girl, you're not like, I was not having enough money to buy stuff. So I'm like, okay, I better go arrange yourself. And then, I'm where I am today. I'm still growing, I thank God. But yeah, definitely do not shortchange yourself. Know your worth. I think another thing I would do is I will make sure to always pay myself from the start. Because of when I'm changing myself, how would I pay myself?
Exactly.
I'll be like, okay, at least even if I don't pay myself, they can pay for the ingredients, they can pay for the cake board. That's not good enough. You should be able to like, pay for the ingredients and still pay yourself. You're standing, you're working. You have to be able to pay yourself. So that's something else I would make sure that I do. I think one more thing is I will I'll get my finances right. Yeah, I think it boils back to that really. I'll get my finances right so that I have a better understanding of my taxes and everything. I think it boils down to finances. If we're still talking about
that makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you for sharing that. So a question kind of pop up from what you said, right? Okay. So you said you're doing baking in Nigeria and everything. So how do you compare the Nigerian market to American market? I don't want to say which one is better, right? I just want to say, how do you compare? Like, it is something, just like kind of like share this.
Thing is, I feel like if I was in Nigeria, definitely I'll be bigger than I am today. Definitely, that one is a standard key. Because you're doing more. There's help in Nigeria.
Definitely,
you get like, you can easily outsource, you can easily get staff, you can easily like train people. Like, there's a lot. I feel like the market, I don't know, there's just something about
that.
About that. I feel like it took me a minute to get here, maybe because I was moving and all that to get. And then, now that I'm here, I'm grateful because I have like several clients, even that are not just Nigerians and all, but the Nigerian market was just like superb. I could outsource to people, I could do a lot of cakes without feeling too overwhelmed because there was the help, so that's about it for that. For here, there's no help. You literally do it all. You finish as a mom, you finish as a wife, you enter as a baker. You get like, sometimes you're super stressed, you're like, oh my god, what am I doing? But you're still going just because you're trying to like push yourself out there.
Yeah, that makes sense. So now, I know you, based on what you said, right? That means like Nigerian market is kind of like way better, right?
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah. So what is the advantage of being here to Nigeria as a baker?
Are you whining me?
No, it's not whining. I'm just, because what you said is like, you post Nigeria, you put this place down because of the help.
Not down at all. Definitely, we all know the advantages of being here. So many reasons. As a baker, let me say, security wise, I don't know. But I feel like for the other aspects of my life that I'm grateful for being here, it supersedes whatever I could have been if I was in Nigeria.
Yeah, I have this similar experience when I went to Nigeria again. I will always talk about the trip because I haven't been there in 8 years. So I just went.
Wow.
So when I went there, I didn't know I was kind of like a big photographer there. I really did not know. I thought
like people know your name and all.
Like, yes, like I have people like whiskey kind of vibe, like they are recording me as I'm working. I'm like, hey, this is weird. So it's Nigerian it's I think they worship people there. That's what I will use because it's easier to get popular and famous, I think, over there, because it's easy once you have like let's say a little money or something, and you drive a nice car. It's easy to be popular, honestly. But even if you drive the latest whatever,
nobody sees you.
They still don't send you
working.
Yeah. I think I don't know. So I can relate to what you're saying, basically. So is there a question you always want someone to ask you that nobody ever asks you and you would like to like be asked but you don't know, nobody ever asks, so I just want to like use that to like something out here,
that no one ever asked, but you want people to ask? What a question.
It's fine if you can't think of anything. It's just it's fine if you don't have an answer for it.
That I want people to ask, but maybe I want people to ask but they don't ask, but I want them to ask. Maybe what's it called? Tips. Maybe I think people should ask more like, can we give you tip, instead of asking for, can we get a discount?
I made a video on that too.
People are always asking for discounts. They're not even putting into consideration like the market, and then they never, I'm not saying tip me, but at least that's a question I want. Ask, can I give you tip, instead of saying can you give me a discount? You don't have to ask,
just tip.
Or just tip. You get like seriously.
That actually makes sense. It makes sense. So I'm going to like diverge a little bit again. There's this thing running now, AI. So is there like a usefulness of AI in cake line, or I'm just trying to like
there's definitely the usefulness of AI in every aspect of our life.
Does it make it easier for you guys, or does it make it harder or something?
So when you look at it from so some people will send you a cake picture, right? They're like,
design,
it's a cake design, like I want this cake. I'm like, chill. It's not the person that made that cake. Because they don't know the difference. They just say, oh my god, this cake is so beautiful, but it was it's AI.
AI
Do you
design.
get?
Yeah.
So those ones can be so, like, this nobody made this cake, but I can do something similar for you.
Yeah.
Even if it's not AI, I'm always like making sure my clients understand that I don't do exact copies of people's cakes. If you want a cake so bad, maybe you should go to the person that made it. But if not, if you want edibles by Kisses, if you want me because it's edibles by Kisses, then absolutely I can do something similar for you. I would definitely take that. I feel like on the positive part, I think it helps us to also
level up your game.
Yes, putting things into perspective. Like, okay, if the AI can generate this, maybe I can do something that So I think it also helps in that.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. They said AI is taking people's job.
It is.
Do you think it's taking your job too?
It's not taking my job right now. No.
So why is it taking people's job?
It's just normal now. It does everything. Like, oh my god, it does everything. Like, in the nearest future, may God help us.
Okay. So if you were to like design an AI, what AI will you be designing? Like, what's that thing that you want your AI to be able to do
for my cake?
No, not just cake. Like,
not just
yourself.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe maybe a copy of me. So because I feel like if I get a staff, I cannot even give the cake, give a client's cake to the staff to design it. I don't know. I kind of have that. I don't know. It's not perfection, but I always
like your own touch.
I always believe I can do it better.
Yeah, it's I understand you. My pictures too. When I record, let's say when I edit picture, I always try to like edit it. Like, I want this thing this way. I want this thing this way. So now if I give it out, I always feel, oh no, you not do it right. Let me do it again.
Absolutely.
So I understand you.
So that's it. I feel like maybe if the AI is gonna generate a copy of me, then that's fine. So that I believe definitely Vickys can do it.
Yeah. Makes sense. So I don't want to let you go. I'm gonna ask this question.
Okay.
Is the name of the show? It's called What Next?
Okay.
What Next of Edibles by Kisses? What inspires the name actually? Before we go to what next?
Can you guess?
Edibles, because cake is edible.
Okay, yeah, I guess. But first of all, my nickname is KISSES. People call me that because, like, right from second scan, they said I have like a kissable lip. Sorry. So I, that's how. And then university, everything, people just call me Kisses. So they took out the bill and they're like, Kisses, what's up? And I'm like, okay. So when I wanted to start my cakes, it was initially Cakes by Kisses. And then when I wanted to register my business in the United States, I figured I don't just want to do cakes, just in case. Let me make it a bit broader. So I made it Edibles by Kisses, just in case I was going to like do more. Because there's so much out there that you can do. You just have to start.
Yeah, it's affecting me now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I want to register the business, I just put photography at the end.
Yeah.
Because I do videos too. I do like a lot of everything I do now. I could have put production instead of photography.
Yeah.
So production means picture, video, everything.
Yeah.
Now, if they think of me, what do they think of? Pictures.
Yeah.
So they don't think of videos at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what you said really makes sense.
That was it. Edibles by Kisses. And do you know the funny thing? Let me give. So do you know the meaning of edibles?
Okay, I'll tell you a story again.
Okay, tell me.
We went to Houston. Me and my friend Victor. It was his birthday. So when we went to, I know it's not his birthday, it's his friend's birthday. So we went to Houston, and then when we went to Houston, there's this boy that have cake in the, I think, microwave. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, he left the cake in the microwave. Okay. A lot of cakes.
Oh wow. Okay.
So he said, you guys should take cake. You guys should take cake. So I'm always, when I tasted it, it tastes burnt. I'm like, no, I'm not eating this. I don't like this. So when I now went to sit down, so the people are now saying, this brother, if you give you stuff, don't eat it. I said, okay, no problem. I don't even care. I don't even know what it is or something. So Victor went to the microwave. He brought out cake. Then it's sweet. Then he was eating all the cake. So when guess where we were celebrating the birthday, he couldn't. I don't know. He was feeling funny. I'm like, what happened? They say, cake can't share. Money what? So it was very, yeah, it was very, very funny. I was like, oh wow. So now I understand why they say if he give you something, don't eat it. They say if anybody visit him, he's always giving them gifts.
Wow.
Yeah, take. It's cake, it's water, drink, anything he give you, just avoid. Yeah. So that is what I know as edible.
Okay.
So that is my
That's
own
why,
definition
yeah.
of edible. So I don't, when I now like make research and I'm like, okay, edible is not
It's
that.
just something that you
It's
eat.
just something, yeah.
But here in the United States, they call it, they call edibles. And so people reach out to me and they're like, hey, do you put your cake? I'm like, no, I do not. Let's put this out there. I do not. It's just edibles as per, something you can eat. It's nothing. It's nothing
it's so
else.
crazy. Everything here is funny.
I know.
don't know. Weed is not weed.
Yeah.
What else is not it? Like what you know in Nigeria as that is not it. Weed is like something that you clear off your grass.
The grass. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something else entirely. So I don't know. Their English is funny. Yeah. So what next?
What next?
Of edibles by Kisses.
Okay, so I already started because just like you said, AI, the world is digitization is like what is going on right now. So I'm not just focusing on just cakes. I love to design. I will always design cakes. I love cakes a lot. I love designing cakes a lot. But I decided I will also make digital products available for sale to people. What I mean is, there's some people that don't know how to use basic tools, for instance, that we use in the cake industry or in other industries for that matter. I don't know. Do you know Canva? Do you use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I used to design this.
Oh, that's what you use.
Yeah,
Okay,
I use
cool.
everything that I can use. That's anything that can make it convenient.
Convenient, exactly.
Yeah.
I use it a lot. I know how to use it regularly. So a lot of people have been reaching out to say, can you teach me how to use Canva? I'm like, okay, sure. I can absolutely teach you and also still get paid. So those are things I'm looking into, for prospective bakers and prospective business owners as well. Pushing out digital products as well to, when people have parties. I posted something a while ago. When people have parties and they want to customize like their labels and stuff. Yeah, so I started that already. I'll be pushing them out more. Just so yeah. That's
a new ambition. That's like a new, like it's not even, it's like teaching something entire.
Yes,
differently.
exactly.
Yeah. That makes sense. So if anybody wants to like reach you, say hi to you, how do they reach you? How would they reach you? What do you
at Edibles by Kisses on all platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. Edibles by Kisses at Edibles by Kisses. I'm always available.
Don't worry, I'm going to tag you everywhere too. Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so
much for sharing everything you shared.
I enjoyed myself. Thank you.
That's it.
Yay! Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.